Hey guys, this is the third video today on shading, and just, to make it different, I thought I would draw the earth and the sun, and these arrows are going to represent light. So what I'm doing here is I am establishing where the light source is. So I'm just going to, in a general sense, say that the light is going to be top right of objects, and the shadow is going to be bottom left of objects. Shadow is like the bottom, I don't know, fourth of an object or something. So light top right, shadow bottom left. And I'm going to show you how to do anime style, or what I consider that style to be. And to me, it's all about solid tone, solid shapes, and mostly hard edges. So here we have our sort of a young Vegeta looking character or something. And I'm going to start on his face in the jaw area. And right between the ear, right here, and his eyes, I'm going to draw this line down his jaw. And I really like this line. This is where actually light and the dark meet. It's like their eternal struggle right here, this line. But I like it because to me, it shows where the front of his face turns and becomes the side of his face. So this shading right here, this shadow, can really add dimension to your face and give it a really 3D effect. And so I'm just following the contour of his jaw from the top part by his ear all the way down to his chin. And so under his jaw, there's going to be another shadow. And I'm going to follow the curve of the line above it, his jaw. And I'm going to take note of the width of the shadow right here. And I'm going to make it the same for his neck to keep it uniform. And now to do the shading, I'm going to show you guys, this is my usual grip, the classic grip, and I'm going to switch my pencil grip to shading style. And this is really a lot easier to do shading because you have more of the pencil on the paper and you can cover more ground. So, and this is not actually how fast I shade, this is time lapse. Now I'm going to shade the jaw. And sometimes I actually will shade the whole ear. I think that's totally reasonable to do. But for this one, I'm just going to shade the little circle. And shade this area right here. I think there's going to be some shadow in there. So shading in right here. And now I'm going to finish shading in his jaw. So I'm going to make sure that the ear is closed off, so I don't mess up, and go into hyper mode, time lapse, and do in the shadow. And another area where it's good to have a shadow is under the nose. So I'm going to draw a triangular shape right under the nose, just like that. And another good spot is right under his mouth. So I guess under his lower lip. Sometimes there's a little oval shape right there. And if you think about his nose, his nose has dimension and it's, sticks out. So right next to the eye, sometimes there's that shadow. So I'm trying to find out what that shape looks like for this shading. And I'm kind of just playing around with the different shapes, and I think that looks good. And now we can move on to his hair, his eyebrows. So here for his bangs, I'm starting at those tips, and I'm making little triangular shapes on the left side of those bangs. Remember, light on the top right, shadow sort of bottom left, right? So I'm just continuing to make these little triangular shapes, lining them up with the next shape. And as it gets farther away from us, then they're like really tiny. And I never do this. Usually I never add shadow to the eyebrows. But I thought I would try it for this video because maybe you would want to add shadow to your eyebrows and be different, be cool like that. So now I'm going to do some shading for his hair, and this can be tricky. So I'm starting at his sideburns, bringing some lines up, and I'm going to try and mimic the shape of his hair on the left side. Remember, this line is where light meets darkness, right? Eternal battle. And so I'm copying the contour lines on the left, and this goes all the way up to the tip. And there we have our shadow area. And then all you gotta do is switch your grip to shading grip. It's like martial arts stances or something. And wow, that is some time lapse right there. And just shade it in. And this will wrap up our little video on doing a face in anime style. So remember, anime style is all about solid shapes. You know, make a hard edge where the light meets the dark, and just go about shading. And so, I forget what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I'm going to do a magic trick now. I'm going to make a bunny appear from this tissue. I'm just joking. This is actually what you want to do if you want to smooth out your shading. That really looked like a magic trick. You know, it's like, look here. But you basically just roll up tissue, or toilet paper, whatever, and just go over your shading. And what this does is it sort of blends in all your strokes, so it makes the shading really smooth. And even if you go over the lines, you know, don't worry, because you can just take your kneaded eraser and just erase it. And you should have a clean edge to get that style. So let me know what you guys think about this style. This is the kind of style that you would do if you're doing traditional manga tones, you know, where you cut it out. You can kind of have this kind of pattern on your character. Or if you're doing color work in Paint Tool Sai or Photoshop, you would definitely have hard edge lines like this, so you could paint bucket and fill in the shadows. And if you guys are interested in seeing other styles of shading, I have 2 videos for you. One is on the Naruto style that I just did, and that is characterized not so much by tone, but by lines. And I sort of dissected Kishimoto's style and showed you guys his technique in that video. And I also have one on an anime style for that pose. So check it out and let me know what you guys think, and have fun as always, and I'll see you guys next time.